You think your destiny is fixed, that you were dealt certain cards and now you just have to play them, that your background, your circumstances, your past mistakes have already determined where you'll end up. And that's the biggest lie you've ever believed. Your life isn't a script someone else wrote. It's not predetermined, it's not locked in. You're free right now, today, to choose a completely different path, a completely different destiny. And the only thing stopping you is the story you keep telling yourself about why you can't. You've convinced yourself that your life is the way it is because of factors outside your control. I can't change careers because I need the money. I can't move because my family is here. I can't start over because I'm too old. I can't chase my dreams because I have responsibilities. You've built a cage out of excuses and called it reality. But here's the truth. Most of what you think is fixed is actually just familiar. Most of what you call impossible is just uncomfortable. You're not stuck because of your circumstances. You're stuck because you're choosing safety over possibility. And that's fine. You're allowed to choose safety, but don't pretend you don't have a choice. Don't act like you're a victim when you're actually just scared. Because the moment you realize you're choosing this, that you could choose differently, everything changes. Right now, in this moment, there's a billion different versions of your future. You could be living in a different city next year. You could have a different career, different friends, different relationship, different body, different mindset, a different life. And all of those versions exist as possibilities. And which one becomes real depends entirely on the choices you make starting today. The version of you that stays exactly where you are, that's one choice. The version of you that takes a risk and moves, that's another choice. The version of you that finally starts that business that you always wanted to start, that's a choice. The version of you that stays in the relationship that's draining you, that's a choice. And the version of you that walks away, that's also a choice. None of these features are predetermined, none of them are inevitable. They're all just possibilities waiting for you to choose them. And the wild part, you're choosing right now, by doing nothing, by staying the same, by playing it safe, you're choosing. You're just choosing the path of least resistance. But you could choose differently, any moment, any day. Freedom doesn't mean life is easy. It doesn't mean you won't face obstacles. It doesn't mean your choices don't have consequences. Freedom means you get to decide. You get to decide if the obstacles are reasons to quit or challenges to overcome. You get to decide if your past defines you or teaches you. You get to decide if your current reality is permanent or temporary. You get to decide what you're willing to sacrifice for what you want. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to hand you your dream life. Nobody's going to force you to change. But also, nobody can stop you. Not really. They can make it harder, they can judge you, they can doubt you, but they can't actually stop you from choosing a different path. The only person with that power is you. A lot of limitations you believe aren't even yours. You inherited them. From your parents who told you to be realistic, from teachers who said you weren't smart enough, from society that said people like you don't do things like that. You absorbed these stories and made them your own. And now you're living inside someone else's idea of what's possible for you. But those stories, they're not the law. They're just opinions, and opinions can be wrong. Your parents played it safe because they were scared. That doesn't mean you have to. Your teacher said you weren't good at something because they saw you at one moment in time. That doesn't define your potential. Society says people like you don't do something because society is based on patterns, not potential. But you're not a statistic. You're not bound by what came before you. You're not limited to what other people could imagine for you. You're free to write your own story, even if it doesn't make sense to anyone else, especially if it doesn't make sense to anyone else. Here's what happens when you don't consciously choose your destiny. Life chooses for you. You end up where the current takes you. You become who your environment makes you. You live the default life. And the default life isn't bad, necessarily. It's just not yours. It's the safe job you fell into, the relationship that happened because they were there, the city you stayed in because moving is hard, the dreams you let die because they felt too big. It's a life that happens to you instead of life you create. And maybe you're okay with that, maybe comfort is enough for you. But if there's any part of you that wonders, what if, If there's any dream still whispering in the back of your mind, then you owe it to yourself to choose. Not someday, not when it's easier, not when you're ready, not when everything's going to be perfect, but right now. Choosing your destiny isn't one big traumatic decision, it's 1,000 small ones. It's choosing to wake up early and work on your goal instead of scrolling. It's choosing to say no to what doesn't serve you so you can say yes to what does. It's choosing to be uncomfortable in pursuit of growth instead of comfortable in stagnation. It's choosing to believe you're capable even when you don't have proof yet. Every day, you're at a crossroads, safe path or growth path, familiar or unknown, who you've been or who you could become. And every time you choose growth, even when it's scary, even when it's hard, you're actively writing your destiny instead of accepting someone else's version of it. Start with one choice today, just one. The version of you that you want to become, what would they do today? Make that choice. Tomorrow, make it again, and again, and again. That's how you create destiny, not through one massive leap, but through consistent small choices that compound over time. You have more power than you think. You can change your mind, you can change your path, you can change your entire life. Not easily, not overnight, but truly. The life you're living right now isn't permanent unless you decide it is. The version of you that exists today isn't final unless you stop growing. You're not stuck, you're not trapped, you're not limited by your past or your circumstances or what anyone else thinks is possible for you. You're free. Free to choose differently, free to start over, free to build something new, free to become someone new. The only question is, will you? Will you keep blaming your circumstances or will you use them as fuel? Will you keep accepting the default or will you fight for something more? Will you keep living the story someone else wrote for you or will you grab the pen and write your own? Your destiny isn't written in stone, it's written in choices. And you're choosing right now, so choose like it matters, because it does. Choose the life you actually want, not the one you think you're supposed to want. Not the one that makes sense to everyone else, the one that makes you feel alive. That's your destiny, and it's waiting for you to claim it.